Hi guys, this is Nikki, your favorite makeup artist. If this is your first time seeing my video, you are highly welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, I'm glad to have you here. Today, I would like to take you on step-by-step makeup application. As usual, skin prepping is the first thing to do, starting with oil moisturizer. Remember, if you have an oily skin or combination skin type, this option is not for you. This option is basically for dry skin types and normal skin types, after which I make use of my skin prep brush to dab it into the skin. The next is moisturizer. Using moisturizer from Blossom. Like I used to say, moisturizer is very important for all skin types. You just have to know your skin type and moisturizer that works best for you. After using your brush or finger to absorb it into the skin, make sure it dries off before the next process. The next is primer. In all you do, please don't miss out on primer if you want your makeup to stay for long. Yeah, I prefer to use my finger so that I can rub it gently into the skin for even coverage. Next is foundation. Always make use of your foundation that matches your neck and chest area, because the shades might not be even. Like I do say, less is more, especially as a beginner. You can decide to make use of your foundation brush or beauty blender. They serve different purposes. Just work on what works best for you. Next is concealer. As usual, less is more. Make sure you apply 2 shades lighter than your skin on your under eye and also your shades at the side of your under eye. Do the same at your T-zone area, means the forehead, nose and chin. Then dab, not drag. Dab it into the skin with your sponge, also known as beauty blender. Make sure your beauty blender is slightly wet before any application. Up next is setting powder. Before applying your setting powder into the areas you use your concealer on, make sure you dust off excess powder from the brush or beauty blender. Next, use your blending brush to dust it off before applying your powder. I hope you're taking note of the brushes as well. Now I am making use of my powder brush to apply powder on my face. Remember, you dab, not drag into every area. Next is making use of darker shades in your powder palette, serving as contour. Then my blush. As a brown skin girl that I am, opting for the tangerine or coral shade or warm brown is my go-to. But yeah, I actually use tangerine and warm brown. Next is to apply setting powder again to the areas you applied concealer on. Do not forget to dab gently into the skin. Then I make use of the darker area of my powder palette, serving as contour to sculpt my pointed nose out. Next is my eyebrow. For this method, you can opt for any brow tamer of your choice to tame down the hair, after which you make it dry off and apply setting powder gently on it. Do not forget to dust off the excess, after which I make use of my gel liner to line, then fill up with my brow pencil. Make sure your pencil is well sharpened. You can as well make use of the pencil to line and fill up. It depends on what works best for you. For me, I like to line with my brow liner. Here, I made use of brown shade from Adventure and I fill up with pencil using a stroke line method, as you can see in the video. The funny story about me lining and filling up is I breathe in to avoid any mistakes. I don't know if it's the same with other makeup artists, but for me to achieve what I want, I have to breathe in, like my life actually depends on it. Then I use my concealer to correct the line. Here, you have to be careful as a beginner. It's advisable not to use too much concealer to avoid a very terrible mistake. This can mess you up badly. Next is to cake the eye area, known as eyeshadow. First off, I would like to use concealer as my base. This purpose is to create an even base and smooth application. Please be careful when doing this. You can decide to use a smaller beauty blender as a beginner, not to ruin your already made brow. Then make sure you set with your setting powder. Then it's time to pop the eye with colors. Here I'll be using Mascara by Juvias and closer pretty eyeshadow to achieve what I like. One thing about me applying my eyeshadow, I go with the flow. I don't really work with pictures. The more I blend, the more I correct. The more I get satisfied with what I want. When applying shadows, it's important to have different brushes. This brush, flat brush, blending brush, angled brush, and so on. Most beginners struggle a lot with eyeshadow application. That is why it's advisable to use as little as possible and know how to blend out the sharp edges on your application. Always start with the nude colors. If you're very good with nude colors, you can always work with brighter colors. Next is lining the eyes using black liner from Carrite. This you have to be extremely careful when applying this. Next is mascara. Like I used to say, it's only a vampire in disguise like me that will apply without shedding tears. Just joking. If you want your eyelashes to sit well and blend well with your natural lashes, make sure you use your mascara. Which leads me to false lashes. Gently apply your false lashes glue on your false lash strip. Let it dry, allowing the adhesive to become tacky before sticking or pressing into your natural lashes. Next is designing your lip using your lip liner, lipstick or lip palette and lip gloss. Here I made use of my brown brow pencil to line my lip and give it that perfect shape. After which I fill it up with a nude color. Then making sure I blend gently into my lip and reline my lip with a brown shade from Avour. This makes the lip brings out the right color combination shape. If you have a big lip and you want it to be smaller, this is the best way to achieve that. Always make sure you blend them together. Then line the made lip with concealer to correct any mistakes. Please do not overdo. Next is to apply my lip gloss. Here I made use of a clear lip gloss to give my lip a shine. You can decide to make use of any lip gloss in as much it matches the lip combo. Then you're good to go. Hey, see that lip is lipping. Then next is dust off all the setting powder off the set areas. Then apply your powder shade to every area. Then spray like your life depends on it. The more you spray, the more it helps mattify shine. Allow it to dry off and now make use of your beauty blender to dab the little mist into the skin. Up next is cheek glaze or cream blush. Using my cheek glaze from Tehilla Cosmetics. Here I also made use of tangerine or orange shade, applying gently with my dampened beauty blender. Up next is highlighter from Tehilla Cosmetics as well, to give my cheek, my nose, my forehead and chin a shine. Before applying, make sure you dust off the excess before applying to the areas. Next is the Odogu of them all. Seal it from Soopro Cosmetics and now it's a wrap. If you're interested in makeup kits, you can contact me. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel at _callmeNikki and follow my Instagram handle at silvetbeautyup.